Let's make some walls. Alright, so first thing I am going to do is make some bricks. I'm trying out my new cell phone stand, so it looks pretty cool. Anyway, so I made bricks. These are this is foam core. I featured it in one of my other videos. This is thicker stuff. Anyway, easy to process out. Cut up bricks. So this brick is actually the depth of the foam core, and yeah, here it is. So, got a ruler, and if you notice, yeah, just under a ½ inch thick. So, make these little bricks. So, if you're making a lot of these, like hundreds, thousands of them, you probably should get like a can, put a whole bunch of rocks or hardware in it, and shake them up real good. I don't know why, but since I'm not making that many bricks, I kind of like the idea of just taking a rock like this and just kind of rounding off the edges. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But this process works pretty good too. It's pretty quick. So there's your brick. It's all roughed up. There's a whole pile of them. Make a bunch of them. Make more than what you think you need. And I'll see you in the next segment. Next, dollar store foam core. It is the bread and butter of a crafter. That's your dollar store foam core. So I don't know how thick it is. I'm not going to measure it. But it's dollar store foam core. It's the stuff that says Ready board. Get it at Dollar Tree. Don't know what other dollar stores you may be shopping at, but that's the one I know that I know carries it frequently. Anyway, tacky glue, another crafter's bread and butter. So what I will do, I eyeball it, but yeah, if you want to be more precise, you can just kind of, I don't know, measure the center line, but I eyeball it. It's fine. And once you get an eye for this, you can actually get it pretty accurate. So just not a whole bunch, but you do want a nice strip of this stuff. And then once you got a strip of your glue mortar, you start stacking these on. What I do is I get the first one on, and I get the second one on, and kind of move it over, and it'll smush the glue over to the next one, so it actually adheres to both the foam core and the other brick. And they just keep going. So this one's a little low, and I'm not going to try to fix that because it'll actually add to some of the character. I'm not sure why that one's so low, but yeah, just keep doing it. Keep laying them down. So alternatively, you can use hot glue, and yes, it will melt your foam, but if you have it on a low setting and you're careful enough, you can actually get away with it. So on the end here, you can have a part that's a little bit shorter, right? Well, you're not going to have enough space to put an entire brick. So what I'll do is I'll cut it, guesstimate exactly how far. Again, you'll get good at eyeballing this stuff, and then I just round off, kind of how I did with the other bricks. Make sure you get your edges and your corners rounded, and make sure you get that nice texture on there, and then slide this in. Bam. So that's a little bit short because but you get it. You get the idea. There's your first course, and then just keep working your way up. And in the next segment, you will see another thing that I do. So next segment. Okay, so I have 3 courses stacked, and that's kind of the way I like it. If you look at this, like if I take a figure, put it there, yeah, I mean obviously the figure is taller than the wall. When I play games, D&D, whatever, you usually use a larger table, and sometimes if you build something out, it's kind of hard to see. Let's say the wall's like this tall, you're not going to be able to see anything, right? So this way you can at least see where the figures are placed. That all depends on how you want to play, though. So this is how I want to play. So it just makes it easier to see. You kind of imagine that the wall would be higher than that, or you could just use it like that, like a courtyard fence or something, like a cobblestone fence, whatever. Anyway, getting a little bit off the subject here. Back this phone up a little bit. Maybe move that out. There we go. So got the first 3 courses laid. And what I'll do is I'll lay some glue on top of that. And you'll notice, yeah, the bricks are irregular. That is by design. I like it to look a little sloppy. Just adds a little bit of character to it. So took another piece of foam core. So this is cut to about 1/2 inch. Like this one down here was 3/4 of an inch. And I went ahead and textured it. And I should texture that bottom one. I didn't do that, but that's fine. Anyway, you lay this on top. Now you got a nice little capstone, if you will. Okay, so it's not the end of the story. So this one laid pretty evenly. I could probably leave it like this and it'd be just fine. If it didn't lay evenly, a lot of times what will happen is it'll start to lift off. So what I do is I take these pins here and actually pin them into the capstone and through all the bricks till it gets almost to the bottom. And I'll do that in a few strategic spots. So this adds a little bit of stability while the glue is setting. And you really only have to do this if you're using tacky glue or PVA glue, because the glue is still kind of slippery, wants to move everywhere. If you're using hot glue, it'll nail it down kind of immediately. But anyway, and you can still kind of move things around, which is a good thing about this glue. But there it is, and you're done. All you gotta do is Mod Podge it and paint it. Later.